Welcome. Embracing Change, a comprehensive guide to coping with the menopause. So let's talk about what is the menopause? What's going on? Menopause is a continual transformation that women start to go through when their hormone levels deplete. It usually starts between the ages of 45 and 55. The most common age is 52. However, this is a really broad range. You can begin menopausal symptoms in your teens. You can be in your late 50s, early 60s. It's such a broad range, and this is why it can become a little bit complicated. So, my name's Tracy Montgomery. I talk about all things menopause, midlife, and all the crap that comes with it. And today we're going to give a little guide to what is happening to you during the menopause. So, menopause is a natural biological process. It happens when the menstrual cycle starts to change. The female hormones, the main hormones concerned, estrogen and progesterone, their levels start to drop off and our fertility decreases. Our eggs are used up or our eggs are compromised, and our ability to procreate, become pregnant, becomes less. So those hormonal changes that start to happen can affect us in a number of ways. We can have symptoms start to develop. Now, the main symptom that we talk about is the change in our menstrual cycle. So that can become erratic, it can become a lot heavier until eventually it starts to deplete, decline, and cease. Along with that can come some of, excuse me, the more common symptoms are things like hot flashes or hot flushes, depending on where you are in the world that you call them, night sweats, mood swings, lots of sleep disturbances. So you can get into this pattern of not being able to sleep, not being able to refresh yourselves. That can then in itself affect your mood, but your hormones are also affecting your mood. So we can have an increase in our anxiety and our stress levels, but we can also have a decrease in our confidence and our self-esteem. And a lot of this is associated with the change in our hormone levels. So our brain has got used to our hormones being at a certain level, and now as we go through the hormones, as we go through the menopausal transition, the perimenopausal stage, this is when our hormones are in so much flux, our brain can't cope with it, our body can't cope with it, so we get all of these changes happening all at once. How long they're going to last, we don't know. So these symptoms can last for a couple of months or years. Some women will have these symptoms for 10, 12 years. And because you go through perimenopause, it does not mean that those symptoms stop. Once you go through perimenopause and you're into postmenopause, you will still get symptoms, and you can get those symptoms until you shuffle off the planet. So we need to adjust our thought processes about the whole menopausal transition. Once these symptoms start, we're in what we call perimenopause. Once we've had a year with no periods, we're in postmenopause, and that continues. So what else can this change in hormones bring about? Not just the normal symptoms that we talk about, the hot flashes, the mood swings, the hair growth that we don't expect, the weight gain. All of those are quite common. There are myriads of other symptoms that we discuss within the group that are unexpected and a bit weird, some of them, quite frankly. But there are other concerns once these hormones change. Bone health. So our female hormones have protected our bones because our bones need to stay healthy, because our primary objective to being on this planet is to produce more of us. For us to be able to carry the little people growing inside us, our bones need to have been strong. So once our hormones start to deplete, we can start to have an increase in propensity of things like osteoporosis. So we need to be aware of that. And we need to be aware of what we can do to protect our bone density, our bone capabilities. What is also a risk is cardiovascular issues. So that again is because our hormone profile has changed. So we need to be aware of these high indicator issues. So what can we do about it? We can have huge lifestyle changes for some, maybe not for others. So what we need to think about when we're talking about lifestyle changes and what we need to bring to the front are things like stress management. Getting older is stressful anyway. The fact that your hormones are messing around with how you're feeling can increase your stress. That can affect everything else. That can affect how you sleep, that can affect how you exercise, and that can affect what you eat. So we need to make sure that we are living a healthy lifestyle, make sensible food choices, keep active. Now, I don't mean join the gym. You don't have to go and do that. Do exercise that you are comfortable doing. So if it means that you're going to walk to the post box every day, walk to the post box every day. It doesn't have to be anything strenuous. It just means that you need to keep moving. Eat sensibly. There are, of course, medical options that you can look at. Now, I am not a medical practitioner. I cannot prescribe anything for you. I can signpost you. I can tell you that there are options out there. HRT is in a bit of a flux at the moment. HRT has been prescribed more. So if you are of this age and you are feeling like crap and you go to your doctors and you are saying that your mood is low, think about what they're going to prescribe to you. It would be more beneficial for you to have a discussion about HRT rather than about anything else, because that could be your underlying issue. There are certain risks, and certain of you will not be allowed to use HRT, and we need to consider long-term effects. But that needs to be a discussion with your medical professional. You also need to think about your emotional well-being. We're getting older, our life is changing, our pressures are changing, and our expectations of where we should be at this stage are also involved in all of this. So our stress levels can be high. Our mood swings can affect how we feel about each other. And our anxiety, because things are going tits pear-shaped, can be increased. So we need to make sure that we are looking after ourselves emotionally. And we can do that by community. So I invite you to come and join us in Menopause, Midlife and Older, where we can discuss and we can be signposted to the things that can happen to us, the things that we can do about it, and where we can find extra support throughout this transitional phase. You deserve to be uniquely you. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.